Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Natalie Henry Charles and welcome back to the channel. I did not think I would be bringing you guys a New Year video looking like a bum, but here we are. So all of that aside, I said that I wanted to get back into the saddle of recording. Vlogmas went okay-ish, but alas, it didn't quite work out how we wanted it to. But in doing that kind of like little experiment, I kind of realized that I don't like just putting out content for the sake of content, like just for the sake of saying I'm putting out something every single day. And I don't know, I felt like some of the videos just kind of was like incomplete, or like they didn't make sense, or like they weren't like fully fleshed out, and I like to bring you guys like quality. So didn't quite work out, but we're doing some things in the studio today. Every year at the beginning of the year, I like to call myself the tortoise when it comes to starting the year, okay? Because everyone's the hare, they're running out the gate and they're doing the most, and then they get tired by mid-January. We're not doing that, okay? That is the quickest way to not meet your goals. So every year I honestly start the year very slow, very intentional. First of all, my anniversary is January 2nd with my husband, our wedding anniversary. And so because of that, we always take the beginning of the year off to begin with. That's off rip, right? But this year we decided, so I didn't decide. My mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I was like, I want you to take these kids. So Jeff and I got the opportunity to spend some time together. We spent 5 days together. We did a cruise. We went to Disney by ourselves, sans the kids, and it was amazing. I'll put some clips in here about our time, but we had the most amazing time, and it was a really great way for us to reconnect with each other, just as two very hardworking individuals. A lot of the time during the week, school and work kind of get into the way of us, like even interacting sometimes, and so it was just a really great way for us to just like slow down, no distractions. The cruise was great because like we had like limited access to people. Usually like if my mom takes the kids for like a night, they'll be like calling me and stuff, like everybody's always like talking to me, but like we didn't have like those external distractions, it was just us, and I think that was like just really great and really beautiful. It was a cruise to the Bahamas and leaving right here out of Florida, and it was great. Like I'm so thankful, and my cup feels full now so that I can start the year off right. So that was a really long intro, so let's go ahead and get started. I have 2 wholesale orders to pack. I already did my direct to customers, but I wanted to kind of tell you guys what I'm doing this year differently, and hopefully you could take some inspo from that and maybe apply it to your life. As you guys know, this channel really is for anyone who's running a small business, but it is specifically for women and moms. And the reason why my focus is that is because I'm that. No, but this is what I'm going through. This is my everyday life. This is exactly the types of struggles that I have to figure out as a mom of 2 small children. And then being the default parent, I think is, it adds like a whole nother layer. And I know some people put their kids in childcare or like have after school programs or daycare or whatever it's the case, but we've never really done that. Like honestly, like my kids, since they were born, were pretty much with me or in school, and like we really just do what is, I guess, kind of like standard school hours, and like they have to be at school. So like, okay, fine, I will send them to school, I guess. I want them to get their education, but I love having them where I can see them, and that's probably my anxiety talking, but that's just how I am. So let's go ahead and get started. I have some wholesale orders to pack. I also bought these little, they're like little acrylic stands. So last year, I introduced bookmarks to my greeting card and stationery line, and I didn't really come up with a way to store them. So I bought these little acrylic cube type situations, and then I figured that they could also double as a market display for when I take them to markets, because I also realized I don't really have them displayed that great at markets, so you can't really see because it's clear, but there are 4 sections, and again, it's acrylic, so it's clear. But I'm very, 1, visual, 2, I need something that's easy for me to like kind of just grab them very easily when I'm packing orders, because one thing I will say, I really do hate packing stickers sometimes, because my stickers are in my bins. You know, you guys have seen my sticker drawer. They're in bins, and so they did come with these little like feet to stick on the bottom, I guess, so it doesn't like slide around. I mean, I'm putting it on a shelf, so I don't really think that's gonna matter, but yeah, sometimes I hate packing sticker orders, because my sticker orders, they're in bins, so I have to like pull them out. And then in addition to that, in addition to them being like in a bin, I have to I put them in bags in the bin, if that makes sense. And I don't put them in the bags. That's how they come from my manufacturer. So a lot of the times it ends up being where like I have to you know, like open up the bag, take some out, you know, count out what I need, and then close back the drawer. So, oh, I like it. It makes it also not like harsh when you put it down. So this is, okay, this is not how you should display them or store them, but this is how I have them stored right now. I don't even remember where I got these dividers. I had another little like kit type, like plastic drawer type situation where it came with these dividers. But like basically I have these dividers dividing them up, but you can't really see how much you have. You don't see like, you know, if you need to restock. So I'm basically going to be taking these out of here and then getting them into, so they don't fit, darn it. Okay, they fit like this though. So unfortunately they don't fit like sideways like this. I have to put them like this. So they'll be basically like this. Does that make sense? Because I was like this, like this, like this. And then like, let's see how much I can even stick in one. Okay, well, they mostly fit. But that does present a bit of a problem. This is still not ideal because I usually buy 100 at a time, 100 bookmarks at a time. And I don't think it would fit 100 bookmarks because like this is just like the last of what I have from that. So I probably will still have to buy something in addition to this because it's not going to work how I wanted it to. That stinks. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm very much like I have to get it in my hand, put the object in the container to see the size. I know people are like, oh, measure, measure, measure. I don't do that. I don't know what to tell you. Sure, this could have been avoidable. Ooh. Yeah, so it's fitting like the remnants of what I have. But I mean, like I said, when I buy 100 at a time, it's not gonna fit. And so this right here is a prime example. So this stack is almost untouched. I think I probably took like 30 out of here. So this is probably not going to fit. Let me see. Oh, maybe. Well, let's see. I did buy 2 of them. Maybe it's just a temporary fix, or maybe we just figure out a backstop type situation somewhere else. I don't know. But like I said, they also make good displays. So I am happy with it in that aspect. Okay, she's so cute. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, well, it didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to, but it's fine for right now. I have been saying that I need a solution for it, and this does make it easy to like pull orders, so we're just gonna roll with it for right now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I think it turned out pretty good. Ooh, drops all of them. That would not be fun. I forgot to put, I don't think that this one, oh man, this one didn't come with the little stickers for the bottom. Well, that sucks. Yeah, so this one didn't come with the stickers, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure I could probably buy some, unfortunately. I don't want to have to buy more things, but now we have a nice way to display them for right now. I'm gonna put them on my shelf right down here. And it even just looks so much less cluttered because the way I had them before, like, they look crazy down here. Yeah, well, I like how that looks. I like how that looks. I think it looks really cute. And even that is something too, I was like, you know, I really want to like take the time to like really, not obviously merchandise in here, because like merchandise is like what you do for a store, like it's styling things, but to make things look not so crazy around here, you know, because like I feel like sometimes I come in and it's like I just get overwhelmed with how crazy the studio looks. And especially when I'm busy and I have to like pack orders and stuff, like sometimes it looks a mess in here. So I'm going to start packing the orders. I have 2 orders that I need to try and focus on today. They're both wholesale. And so I'm just logging into my Fair so that I could see what I need to pull. I'm feeling such a pull for like creation and like art, and like not like my digital art, but like my art like my physical painting art. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I am formally trained like in art. And so while I taught myself how to use like my iPad and Procreate and stuff, I was already an artist. And I was already formally taught. So, okay, 6. So when, whoa, oh my God, you are too loud. What in the world? So when I had my daughter, you may or may not know this, but I went through postpartum depression. And when I went through postpartum depression, art was kind of the thing that pulled me out of that darkness and that dark time, and just having like some purpose, because I basically went to a studio class. My sister conspired with my husband. My sister's not ready to die. So when I was going through postpartum depression, she was just trying to find ways to like get me out of postpartum and like help me snap out of it. And so, you know, one of the ways to do that is to like kind of get back to yourself and get back to the things that you used to do before. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was very stressful trying to get back to myself, because the fact of the matter is like I was doing custom wedding invitations. So I mean, weddings are stressful as it is, but dealing with brides who, like, when they get engaged, the crazy switch flips on and they really don't care, like, about you. Not that they don't care about you, but like the most important thing to them is like their wedding, you know, and they prioritize that and that mindset, you know. And so I was just having a really hard time like transitioning, you know. I was like, one day, just this free, young, wild flower. And then all of a sudden, like literally overnight, I was someone's mom, you know, and I didn't know how to like even cope with that. And at that time, my mom was not retired. Everybody's working, mind you. Like, at that time, Jeff was working outside of the house. Like, he had to go to a physical office for work. My sister, she worked like her businesses, so she was like kind of flexible with me. We had a studio space, a shared studio space, and you know, so she would kind of be like around sometimes. But I went from doing my own thing, and like if I decided to go to Hawaii tomorrow, I could just pick up and go, you know. That's a exaggeration, of course, you know, but like more so, there was no schedule, there was no, you know, someone else depending on me. And so like I had a really hard time transitioning in motherhood, like from what I knew before to literally overnight being alone with this child that came out of nowhere, you know. And like, I mean, obviously she didn't come out of nowhere, but like it was hard for me because there were no breaks, you know. And like my husband was working out of the office, so when he would come home, he was actually tired. Like he would spend like an hour in traffic, 45 minutes to an hour in traffic alone, you know. And I mean, he would just come home exhausted. So he was spending, you know, 8 hours at work plus an hour driving there and an hour driving back. So that's like 10 hours of just like maxed out, you know. And I totally get it. It's really, it really is draining when you work for someone else, because I have like tried to run my business and work for someone else, and like it's pretty much impossible. So like when he would come home, like he would be tired, you know. And I also didn't have that same I don't have the same thoughts that I do now. Like now I'm like, okay, well, I'm working, so I need to get to work, so you need to come take the baby so that I could work while, you know, you're not working, because it's like it's just basically switch, you know. Like I didn't have, like I was much younger. I was in like, what, I was 28. You know, so I also feel like I didn't like have much of a voice. And like my husband's not even like that. Like he's very chill. Like there's no like I'm the man. But I just didn't have that voice, you know. And so a lot of the times, like I would be stressed out. I'd be with the baby all day, every day. I wasn't getting my work done. Clients were like coming to me like, hey, like we need this, like it's time, you know. Understandably, it's a deadline, you know. And so I just got like really depressed, you know, because I felt like, okay, I can't take on, as it is right now, I can't take on more customers. As it is right now, I have to like figure out what I'm doing. Like I can't run the business the way I've been running it. And so I stopped taking on customers, like literally like cold turkey. And see, look how easy it is to just pull the bookmarks out. Oh my gosh, I love that it's so easy. I hate that it doesn't all fit. But maybe I find something similar to that, but just with wider sections. Yeah, you know, so I was super depressed, you know. And I went to this art museum class. My sister found the event on Facebook, and she sent it to my husband. He purchased the event for me for Mother's Day. And I just remember, like, I went in there and I just remembered I was an artist, you know? Like, I went in there and I was like, I'm still me. I still have my own identity. There's just a new aspect of my identity. So it's not for me to give up what I want to do, per se. It's for me to find a way to make it all work. And with that, Pretty Peacock Papery was born that day. I already had Pretty Peacock Papery, but it was, like I said, I was doing like graphic design. Like I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. And so I basically decided, I was like, you know, and like this is something that Raquel had talked to me for a long time. She was like, you need your own greeting card line. Like you need your own line. And I could just not, the space that I was in before having a child, I was like, there's no way I could be a greeting card company. Like, because I'm thinking Hallmark. And so I started doing some research and I found that there were smaller indie brands like myself, where I'm at now. And there were smaller indie brands and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is something that I can do. So I literally left that art class, and like, this is Mother's Day weekend. So if you don't know, I almost died in birth, right? Or just like right after my birth, I hemorrhaged. And I almost bled so much that I died. And so, that I would have died. And so basically there was a huge like healing journey. Like I had a traumatic experience. Okay, like it was many things. It was not only the hemorrhage, it was like there was a lot of things that happened, right? And so it really did take me at least like 6 months to like feel like myself. And so like when Mother's Day rolled around the next year, it was my first Mother's Day with my daughter on the outside. And so my family, based on my experience, like what happened, they really wanted to make Mother's Day special for me. And so they went all out. Like Jeff got me these like diamond earrings. My mom, I don't remember what my mom got me. What did she get me? I don't remember, but like they spent a lot of money on me. And I was like, I came out of there and I was like, okay, I have like $300 that I would be willing to spend to get an iPad. And then I was like, okay, so I don't have enough, so I gotta come up with the rest of it. I told my husband, I was like, I need you to return those earrings. And he was like, what? He's like, I picked those out for you. Like, I wanted you to have those. Like, you know, I wanted it to be special. And I was like, just trust me. Like, this is what I want. Like, I want an iPad. And he's like, all right, like, I can't fight you. Like, you know, whatever you want is whatever I'll get you. And so he returned the earrings. I put it together with the cash that I was willing to spend on an iPad, and I got my first iPad, and this is 2017. So that is when we started, we did a big pivot. There was a big transition, you know, and I just remember like drawing like crazy for the first month, and I came up with 80 designs. And like looking back now, they weren't that great, you know, but in the moment I thought they were great. And shout out to the people who bought my stuff not knowing how shitty I think they are now. No, I'm just kidding. Some of the stuff I still have, you know, like some designs are still like these are original. I'm gonna show you. Like this design is original. Oh, you can't see from here. This design is original. This still sells to this day, right? This design is original. I have a pink one like this, but it says no hood like motherhood. That was done in 2017. You know, there's a lot of designs that I started off with, and they're still in the collection to this day. I do try and update them, but it just kind of depends, honestly. It really just depends. If I feel like a design is getting stale, I will, you know, I'll redesign it. So I have a card that And this was like before everybody was like putting dope on everything. And I have a card. It was just a black and white card, and it said, "You are so dope." And that was like one of my top sellers for a really long time. And then I realized, I was like, okay, it stopped selling, you know, because like one, more people started putting it on things. And then two, beyond people putting it on things, it was just a very simple card, you know. So that one I did redesign. It would be cool if I could find like the original. I could probably like try and find the original design and maybe put it on the screen here. But let me see if I can see it or not. No, so I didn't keep one in here. But I basically redesigned it to look like this. It's a lot more colorful. It's fully covered, like there's no white spots besides the text. And then, you know, like the writing on here is so different from the original, you know. And I just think that there's more like perceived value because it also comes with a colorful envelope. So this is it packaged up, like ready to go. So now it comes with like a yellow envelope. I just think the perceived value is much higher on this one than on the original. That was just a simple black and white scribbled on there. And you know, back then I only had white envelopes, you know, so like the perceived value is definitely higher, which I love. So I'm always just trying to like improve on where I was previously, and I think that's been the key to like trying to even stay relevant, is just making sure that one, you're giving people what they want, but two, making sure to always improve and see where you can be improved upon, you know. I think that's like the most important thing for a business, is taking those pivots to make sure that people still shop with you. You know, because if I was selling the same old type of style, I'm not saying that I couldn't like build a brand off of that, but nowadays I think things are so competitive because there's so much more. Like the pandemic kind of showed people like, okay, you can do this, you can do this from home, you can do it from anywhere really, you know. And so there's a lot more small businesses nowadays, and maybe they're not selling greeting cards, but they're selling their art on things, you know. And so there's a lot more, I mean, I hate to call it competition because like I don't really see it like that, but like there's a lot more fish in the ocean to choose from. And so you know, I'm always just trying to like expand my offerings and also expand my style, and that's where I'm at right now. Okay, and so I just wanted to show you what they got. This is what I like to see in an order. I like to see variety. I like to see that it's a decent size, so over $200 worth of stuff. I like that they got greeting cards, stickers, and bookmarks, so that's 3 different products. All of the products work for them, but it's also things that, well, one, it's stuff that they know that they could sell in their store, but it's also enough of a variety for the customer. So if the customer likes my line, they can get the card, they can get the bookmark, and they can get the sticker. Or they can mix and match. So this one says, "I love you to the bookstore and back," so they could get this one. They can maybe get this one, "Manifesting My Dream Library," and then like maybe this one. So it's enough of a mix for the customer, and then that way they're able to sell through better. It's a common misconception that if you bring in less stuff, it'll be easier to move, but that's not the case. You really have to have enough of a variety so that you can tell if your customers actually like the brand and you can tell what's selling properly, because it's very easy to sell a one-off of something. It's hard to move units of a SKU. So as you guys can see, they got a nice little mix. So I'm going to work on getting these packaged up right now. I have so much more things to do, but I do want to take a chance to wrap up the video here. I want to thank you for being here, and if you haven't already, please, please, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Specifically subscribe, because I do have a goal of getting to 500, and we're almost there. So you can be a part of the journey to getting to 500 if you hit the subscribe button right now. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them down below, and I'll make a video for you if it's long enough to make a video for. If not, I'll just comment back. Thank you so much for everything you guys do here in this community. I'm so thankful that you guys are here watching. and commenting down below. I really, really, really appreciate every single one of you. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!